As we both know, like there's always like, I feel like there's more injuries because we're not separating sports year round. You know, like all these baseball pitchers have all the injuries because they're throwing curveballs and throwing nonstop since they're 10 years old. How do you avoid injuries with people playing the sport?
What you just gave is a phenomenal example. So like with my younger kids, even in high school, I've told certain players, unless a college is telling you to quit a sport, to give you a full ride for another sport, you don't quit another sport. Because to me, kids are like more like sponges than we are when we're grown, right? So the same way they learn a language easier, every sport helps each other when you're that young. You don't need to be hammering home everything around one thing, becoming a one-trick pony for one sport because it's overkill on one thing. And then you might not be learning something that's applicable from another sport that you're gaining the reps, having fun, playing a completely different game. So like I've always said, I love teaching baseball players how to shoot. I love teaching players that play golf how to shoot, because they obviously love practicing something very boring and repetitive. And I know they're mastering a skill. And if you can hit that little ball in either sport and focus in that fashion, whether it's a slightly bigger ball coming at you at 60 to 100 miles an hour, depending what level you're at, or that tiny ball swinging down with a golf club that has a tiny head on it to hit the ball the same way every time, that is a skill set through repetition that you can develop that actually helps your brain how to focus so you can learn how to shoot a jump shot. So it doesn't mess with you when you miss. Baseball is a sport 3 out of 10 times is considered a success. Shooting is better than that. So if mentally you can process 3 out of 10 times a success, I can teach you how to be a 50% shooter.
Right. And also like when we're playing, like how many times have I said over the years, it's like, yo, like, I like the fact that I played football, the fact that you played football, and I played baseball. Like I can make passes at random angles a couple times a game, and that matters. You know, just being able to have the football skills that a lot of like just guys who just played basketball, they don't make those passes because like that's not a basketball thing. It's not a basketball pass. Correct. It's a football pass or a baseball pass, or you know, they could do it, but it's not as instinctual. Correct. And you don't have the skills, you know?
And just like you mentioned before, and again, another great example, multiple sports. So the most common example, pitchers play quarterback. You know what else I'm running into now? Point guards play quarterback. Because me and my brother are going back and forth. And now that he's coaching a lower level all-star team that's putting multiple players from multiple teams for one season that want to play football in a non-football season, sort of like AAU for basketball, he actually tripped over my starting point guard on my 7th grade AAU team. And guess what he turned into? His starting quarterback. And guess what I'm not doing? Telling him to quit a sport.
Right.